So we've created an affiliate program for personal trainers where, as a personal trainer, because you're so influential, obviously, to your particular client base, we offer you incentives, so like discount codes, commission kickback, obviously, on sales made. There's a lot of opportunities with regards to like growing on social media, obviously through our internal social media team, event support, monthly incentives. You know, every time we release a new product, we're sending those products out. The only issue you've currently got is that you're not qualified, but as soon as you are qualified, obviously there's an opportunity for you there. So the best thing to do would be to take my contact details, so whether that's email, obviously there's a QR code at the end of the slide, you can share with the guys, and that every single PT that we onboard, we offer like £150 welcome bundle too, so that just covers your basic, you know, protein, creatine, pre-workout, and then there's merchandise in there as well. In terms of the incentives for the guys, so we kind of have like this set almost like structure behind it where we offer top revenue drivers like £150 for first place, £100 for second, and £75 for third. But that can change, and sometimes does change in terms of the demand, like who's driving what revenue. If I think we're a bit slow this month on sales, we'll offer additional incentives. So I've got an incentive going out today for, we've just done a partnership piece with Slush Puppy. Quite nostalgic, yeah. So we've brought 3 products out within that range. So we've got a non-stim pump. We've got obviously ABE, which is high stimulant based pre-workout, and then we've brought out a 330ml ABE can, again stimulant based, 200 mils of caffeine. So an incentive I'm going to drop today until the end of the month is anybody that hits over £100 in affiliate sales will be entered into a prize draw to win that bundle plus merchandise.
That's cool.
So these little things, and obviously we've still got like the revenue based incentives for the top drivers, but I've found now more recently with the community that doing something where it can get everybody involved. So £100 to driving sales, like my monthly supplements alone cost more than £100, you know, when I've got to purchase them. So it's, if anything, it's just you getting an opportunity for purchasing your own products through Applied Nutrition with your discount code, and then you kick back on commission. So, but we do loads, like we have events. Obviously, we're partnered with the guys at Your PT, so we support those guys. There's a lot of obviously trainers from Your PT which are involved. We've got partnership pieces, you know, it spans onto things like uniform, awareness. So there's a lot that we do, and there's obviously additional partners that we work with as well from kind of non-conflicting businesses as well. So yeah, as soon as you qualify, just literally jump on board and.
Yeah, definitely will do. Yeah. I'm hoping to be qualified probably about New Year. I think, so hopefully soon.
Yeah. How have you found the journey?
Really good. Yeah. So I started end of February.
Yeah.
Started doing my course about May time, and I've just cracked on with it.
Yeah.
I'm with a brand called Origin.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it.
Yeah, it's Liverpool based, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
We deal with them quite a lot, obviously, with the PTs that we recruit. A lot of people have come through Origin, especially in the northwest.
Yeah.
I actually went to their premises a few years ago. I met the owners as well, and we were trying to obviously work together, because obviously when their PTs qualify, we obviously try and offer them an interview wherever we can in the north. And that was obviously the purpose of Got a 315, is that we were going to hopefully maybe do the PT there. But I think they keep it, well, at the moment they keep it in-house. So literally you'll answer to Dina, KJ and Sean. Yeah. Whereas if your PT were in there and you were self-employed, you'd have our support, so to speak.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But that's not come about yet.
Yeah. I think the benefit obviously for anyone like with newly qualified is that like the success rate then is obviously that's the hardest bit. So like you've worked so hard for 12, 16, whatever it may be, weeks to become qualified, but then making sure you've got support there. So I was just saying, like I qualified, I'm going back a bit now, 2010 maybe 2010. Yeah, pretty much, if not more, to be fair. And I'd done a government funded programme, so I'd done my level 2 at college, which took, believe it or not, I'd done a year's course to qualify to get my level 2, but I'd already done a BTEC National Diploma when I was on a football academy. And then, so I started gym instructing, and then obviously once you're gym instructing, you want that next step right away, don't you? And you're seeing the PTs, and you're wiping down treadmills, and they're doing these sessions, and it's like, how do I get this? So I'd done mine through a government funded programme, and it was a Monday to Friday, 9 till 5 for 6 weeks. So I'd done that, qualified, and then they put me in employment through DW Sports in Bury. At the time, it's now a Go Outdoors, that place. But it was great because I walked in the door and I was like a self-employed PT, but I had no support around me, so I didn't know how to manage finances. Obviously, social media was relatively new. Like back then when I qualified, we only had Facebook, and like nobody knew about Facebook ads, any form of like marketing and that. So you was kind of like your own marketing tool, but on a gym floor. Whereas obviously with these guys now, with obviously your PT, like there's an opportunity where any new qualified PT can jump on board with them for like a management kind of point of view, but you get access to like all of the like the talks you was at yesterday, all the level up talks of further education. There's a lot of like, well, these guys will be able to tell you more than me, but a lot of like CPD opportunities to develop, to grow, and then you've always got somebody like JP on the phone should you need it. So it's probably worth looking at obviously once you are qualified, and then obviously should you want to do one-to-one PT.
Yeah, I'll take the details at the end anyway.
Yeah. That's that QR code that Daz was on about.
Yeah. Take a picture of it just so I have
Yeah. Have you got your level 2 yet?
that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Level 2, yes.
Yeah.
I came from a completely different career change.
What was you doing?
I was a car technician before.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I don't look like I do, but I used to.
Right.
I loved that, but I just didn't get my full qualifications from it.
Yeah.
And I didn't pass my test, so then I decided to go down the other career route, which is a fitness instructor or PT.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah. I'll give you my contact details. Once you've got your level 2, because we can work with level 2s, but the only difference is it just limits opportunities. So anything where it's more like educational led, that obviously opportunities, we kind of tend just to go with those with like a minimum of a level 3, but certainly for things like, like the affiliate side of things from like a social media point of view, obviously like driving sales, and like as soon as you qualify, I get you bundles and stuff sent out. I'll give you my contact details.
That's fine. I'll write it down.
Yeah, there you go. You can take a screenshot.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
picture of it.
And as I say, like if you know any guys who are obviously like qualified PTs, just pass my details on and get them to reach out.
I think we've got a couple of people at spot who are qualified, it's just me, basically.
What's the gym? 315?
315.
Yeah.
Where's that, Lancaster?
Yeah, it's literally just come off the M6, and it's like 5 minutes from the M6. It's you're sort of on the outskirts, and then it's on a business park. It's a massive place, massive car park.
Yeah.
I've done a class there. I think, is it Sweat they call it?
Oh, Sweat's a great one. It's like a nightclub.
Yeah, it is. That was National Fitness Day, I think, last year. So I did Sweat there, and then I've obviously had a lot of meetings there downstairs in them little booths and that. And then they've got their own supplement shop.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I might head up there.
I think the guy that's running the supplement business is because it's not part of 315, is it, so to speak?
I think it's like rented kind of.
Yeah, the guy's basically rented the room, set up a supplement shop, so you might want to get in there with it.
So that's perfect for us, because obviously we supply supplements direct anyway. And then if it is separate to the gym, it's kind of non-conflicting, because sometimes the issue I've got is I go into gyms to onboard PTs, obviously get them set up as affiliates, and the gym will already sell supplements, so the gym owner will be like, well, if I've got, Sarah selling supplements through your website, she's not selling supplements from me, and I've bought them. So that can be the issue, but obviously when it's not. But yeah, there's a couple of testimonials on screen. The guys just sent them over the other day for us. But it's quite good because you've got obviously the variety there. So like you've got like lady on the top left, she's Cardiff based, premenopausal, so she works with, she's probably in her late 40s, early 50s now, this lady. And you wouldn't think, like looking at her demographic, that they would be into kind of like sports nutrition, and like she pushes creatine a lot with them. Obviously there's a lot of research now around creatine for postmenopausal ladies and stuff, so like she's absolutely flying up to the point where she's probably in my top 3 revenue drivers month on month. Yeah. And then there's like the guy on the top left, he's from London. He's probably the biggest ball of energy you've ever seen. But to look at him, he doesn't look like a stereotypical PT. He's a big guy, but he's a powerlifter, and he does a lot of strongman stuff. But his energy is insane. So he's somebody, because he's so good like in person, and he understands the brand, like the ethos of the brand, what it is that we want from events now. He does a lot of events. He actually done. We done Fit Expo. Was it last week maybe, Fit Expo? Maybe the week before. But he done the full weekend for us there. So if you think like his travel's paid for, his accommodation's paid for, his food, his drinks paid for, and then he gets 125 quid a day. So for him it's a no-brainer, because then he can network. Like he was sending me pictures with Ronnie Coleman and stuff. Ronnie Coleman was there. Yeah, that was quite cool.
He's not in a great place, is he?
No, not in a minute. Yeah. So,
We saw him with his walking frame and his wheelchair.
Yeah. When you think of what he was like, but yeah, and even so, like some of the ones, like say for instance on the right hand side, like this particular lady, she's like newly qualified PT. And again, coming back to what I said before, where you know like retention rate and trying to get new clients, because you're, as a newly qualified PT on a gym floor, you're going up against individuals who have, you know, well recognised, who have been in that gym in maybe 2, 3, 4, 10 years, like you don't know. Got a big client base, so you've got to come in and try and find what your USP is. What we try and do with the AN Coach program is offer it as like, you know, we might not onboard all the PTs on that gym floor, but the ones that we have got, then that's a bit of a call to action for them to say, like, you know, I'm actually affiliated with Applied Nutrition. Applied's the fastest growing sports nutrition brand globally at the moment in time. So it's not a bad brand to align yourself with neither. So,
Mm.
But, yeah. You got any questions or anything?
Well, having
Thank
this
you.
already, I didn't really know if it was answered correctly. So you know, if you're I'm new to it, so I'm not qualified or anything yet. How would I onboard clients when there's other PTs who are way more experienced and people are more likely to want to go to them rather than myself? What strategies would you kind of do for that?
You're talking about onboarding clients?
Yeah, taking on clients, because let's say someone comes in saying, oh, I wanted to
Yeah.
lose some fat kind of thing.
Yeah.
How do you kind of sell yourself as well as the other PTs if they've got way more experience than you?
Well, I mean,
You know, that kind of
when you
thing.
first start, it's all about visibility. You know, basically talking to everybody in the club. Do you work there as well,
Yeah, I
as
work
a
there.
fitness instructor?
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously you meet and greet a lot of people. You probably know a lot of people's names already, and you'll know what
Yeah,
days they
so-
come in and what time they train and things like that. So basically, certainly, you know, once you get your qualification or you're coming up to qualify, you can start getting that message out there that, you know, you're going to be offering a complimentary session.
Yeah,
And-
I'm doing them already, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'm
so
doing it
it's
across the
it's all about starting with a positive engagement, and then offering that complimentary taster session, getting that booked in, delivering that, and then the more you do, the more you will convert. So the more conversations you have here, the more clients will come out of the other end here. And it's just about having that visibility. But female PTs, we find across the whole of the Your PT estate, we've got about over 500 PTs now,
Oh, really?
between North and South, and the majority are male. So female coaches are in demand.
Yeah.
And now, because of that, you're getting a lot more sort of specialised areas like the menopausal side,
Exactly.
pre and postnatal,
Yeah.
female specific weight training, that sort of stuff. So female coaches are in demand by female clients because you know one of each other's bodies, let's say, so to speak, for want of a better phrase. So
They can be a lot more comfortable as well speaking to female to speaking to female.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's optional.
Yeah.
A woman might be more
The other thing I'd say is utilise your natural skill set. So like your personality, your persona, your experiences. So you could get, for instance, you just said then about fixing cars or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be something where I've not personally heard, or I don't know of any girls, young girls especially, who have done that and have got that experience. So you could, something simple as you could be talking, I don't know, but mechanics to somebody, and that could draw them in to think, oh well, because when you PT individuals, you're training them, but you're going to be talking and networking and building relationships around different things. So that could be a USP for you, And there's almost a bit of a tagline in that, I don't know. I used to fix cars, now I fix bodies or something. I don't know. Yeah. But you can use that and playful terms and. As JP said, obviously, if you're working in the gym already as well, you're building relationships, and people are obviously
when you start, don't feel as though because there's other really experienced PTs already in the gym that you're the apprentice, so to speak. Yeah. As soon as you get that qualification, you're on the same level as them, and it is a very, very good qualification. And I think it's quite common for young PTs to devalue themselves and sort of devalue the qualification because they feel like they've not got the experience. But you've got to go in there straight away at the right price point. There's no point saying, I'm a sort of apprentice, I'm going to go in at 25 quid, and the others are charging 40, 45 quid. You want to go straight in there because the difficulty is if you start getting a load of people on the 25 quid rate, and then all of a sudden you've got to tell them, well, actually now I'm going to be charging 40, it's a bit of a leap. you're better off going up there, maybe have an introductory offer, you know, maybe for 6 weeks and say, right, I'm going to offer 5 or 10% off like block bookings.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's just that visibility and getting talking to everyone. But like with your job, you're in the perfect scenario. It's the best stepping stone to basically having a bit of a mixed hybrid role, because you're doing employed gym instructor hours, and then are you going to be employed PT or self-employed PT?
Employed.
Yeah, so it's
I'll
all
go self-employed at some point.
it's all in-house. Yeah, but
Start out with those.
essentially you're doing rota and then PT, aren't you? Probably off shift. So
I sometimes do off-shift stuff just to...
it's the perfect place to meet people. You'll walk the gym floor when you're doing PT, and then you'll be working in the facility, meeting people when you're getting paid for your gym stuff.
The other thing as well, like as a newly qualified PT, you've had the latest education. So, you know, for instance, me now, like, if it's like driving, you know, I would probably fail my driving test now because I just naturally do things. And it's the same with PT, like there's certain things that, you know, might be covered now on, I don't know, anatomy or whatever it may be, where it probably wasn't covered when I qualified. So obviously you've got the latest form of education. So if anything, you're almost like educated to a higher standard now, or a more current standard, definitely. So, you know, I'd always like kind of lead with that and utilise that.
The other thing you'll bring to the party straight away is because you're newly qualified, you bring energy.
Yeah.
Because you're right, boom, when the others, you know, they've got more experience there, more chilled, they've probably got their client base, they're well established, they're probably not doing new generation on gym floor because they're relying on their referral schemes, where you will be like fucking boom. And people will see that and people will want to feed off that.
Exactly.
Yeah? So that's one of the biggest advantages. But thanks for covering the whole of my last part of my next presentation. Brilliant.
But,
Thank you.
yeah. Like, we have like little signs up, like introduce ourselves kind of thing. And I also play football, so that's some really good conversations to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was quite nice.
Yeah, I think I've seen profile posters in 315 for the PTs.
The one in the blue kit.
Yeah, well, I definitely I saw a PT board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, if they're going to allow you to do like a profile photograph and a biography and get it on there, just keep it short and sharp and to the point, because people do get bored of reading loads and loads of text, and just bullet point what you're offering. You know, what are your unique selling points? What's setting you aside different to the trainers that are already in there? And the female approach is brilliant straight away, because we look after a lot of gyms in, say, Manchester, which have got sections in the gym which is female only because of like race and religion and things like that, and only female PTs can go in there as well. But it's a great unique selling point, because it's straight away, it's like, see you later lads, I've got this target audience in here and you're not allowed in. And you'll get that in Lancaster as well, you know. You'll get, you know, a lot of people that will only have a female coach.
You do, yeah.
How many PTs are there?
So on the gym team altogether, we've got 14 team members.
Not personal trainers though.
There's another apprentice, which he's kind of like, he's got a 0-hour contract. And then, I'm trying to think, majority of them are PTs, but we've got some freelancers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
actually want to work for 315. About 7 other ones, I want to say. They're actually just for 315. Then we've just got like some fitness instructors, and then we've got freelancers.
Are the majority male?
Sorry?
Are the majority male?
Yeah, the majority of them are males.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
probably about 3-4 of us are
Yeah.
females.
Yeah, so it's great for you.
Yeah.
It's great for you, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
And then the only other thing I would say is that in the early stages, don't waste time on things like social media and Facebook. Just maybe have it in a background ticking over 2 or 3 sort of posts. But your aim in your first 6 to 12 months is just to talk to absolutely everybody in the club and offer everybody a free session. And don't get distracted by, oh, I've got to go and do this course, or I've got to go and do a website for myself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on that face-to-face stuff in person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing I do struggle with, I think it's just confidence, but floor walking. Like, if someone's doing like this man doing a session with his headphones in, I don't have the confidence to go up to him and be like, do you want a free complimentary PT? I can't do it yet. It sounds...
You could catch him as he's leaving the gym, or as he's, you know, coming in, or...
I was thinking yesterday I could always stand like by reception as people walking in.
Yeah.
Ask for them, because obviously they're not working out, not got the headphones on yet.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's the best way to communicate with people.
Clipboard and a survey is always a good icebreaker.
Yeah.
So if you've got like a very, very simple gym member floor questionnaire or survey, 5, 6 questions, and at the end of it, as a thank you for your time, there's a complimentary voucher worth 40 quid. When are you free? I'm free 2 o'clock next Wednesday. Boom. What's your name, email address, telephone number, and then straight away they're in the diary for that taster session, because you've broke the ice with a clipboard and a survey as they've walked through the entrance, so to speak.
And when I started PT, I struggled with the same thing. I didn't have
Okay.
confidence. You get like from four people. It's like a mentoring session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, once you get your head around the fact that all you're doing, right, is giving them a free taster session, like, what have you got to lose? What have they got to lose? It's like,
Exactly. So
I was
yeah.
compare it, right? But like, if someone's on the high street giving out free protein shakes, you're going to take them, right? If you taste it's good, you're then going to buy a pack of 6 of those. So that's all you're doing. Just don't
Get a job with selling AB
change-
for us.
change
You
your
are.
mindset.
Get a job
Think
selling
about
AB
it,
for
just
us.
Yeah.
I've got a pocket full of PT sessions. I'm just going to dish them out. So once you approach it with that, you'll have a lot more confidence.
Yeah, I've got like a few people at the moment, but I'll like more as
Yeah.
I get a bit bigger.
Yeah, you will do. That'll come though as you grow, as you develop as well. So
The thing is with
Don't
the
rush it.
applied nutrition program is that, you know, that's something that you can start straight away.
yeah,
You know, we have a number of different areas within your PT for sort of career development, but I would say some of them are for the more experienced PTs.
Yeah.
But for ones who are just qualified, this program basically reinforces you as a professional, and it sort of, I would say, reinforces your brand as well,
Yeah.
because you look more professional because you're working with a world-leading recognised brand. Yeah.
The other thing with it as well is that we've got a community now, so it's kind of like a numbers game. We've got around about 800 AM coaches, we call our guys now, and so from those coaches, obviously there's probably 400, maybe 500 of them that are part of like a WhatsApp group. So within that WhatsApp group, you know, I'll engage with those guys, but we've got to the point with it over the past 18 months, maybe 2 years, where they're not just responding to me. So like we have like an announcement group, which obviously I just share announcements, which is mainly like updates on brand, assets to use on social, that kind of stuff. But then we have another section, which is a chat section. So what's your name, sorry? Bethany. So Bethany, you could, you know, drop an introduction there. So you could jump on board with us. I'll send you a welcome bundle. You're filmed, you know, opening that welcome bundle on social media. You'll then drop the link to that post, obviously within the chat. Once you've done that and you're going, do you know, hi, I'm Bethany, I'm based in Lancaster. I'm a newly qualified PT looking to connect and, you know, support, obviously looking for support from you guys. That honestly, I kid you not, there's an endless amount of PTs who generally, like, PTs are good people. Like a lot of PTs, I would say 98% of PTs are actually in it to help somebody. You know, it's not just like this glamorous career where you think, you know, I get paid, I do my own hours, because you end up doing a lot of hours, and a lot of people generally do want to support each other. So that's obviously the same. So you'll get the amount of messages you'll get of, like, you know, people offering like ideas, concepts, support. Like we've got a guy the other week who he's done like nutrition guides, or he's done like training templates and things like that, and he's like, you know, by all means guys, take these, use them if you want. If you don't use them, like, you don't have to, but it's there should you need it. Yeah, so you'll get a lot of support like that from the group as well, which it's invaluable, that kind of stuff, I think. Yeah. And then within that community group, we host a lot of not so much like brand-led activations, but we do a lot of community-based stuff. So what did I do? The last one I'd done, we try and do something every quarter. So the last one I'd done, there was probably about 30 of us from the group that climbed Snowdon, and the weather was like it is today. So it was horrendous. It was, honestly, it was so bad. To the point when we got to the top, JP, and the cafe was shut. The weather was that bad, they just closed the cafe. So you couldn't even go to the toilet or anything up there. But yeah, so like loads of us climbed Snowdon. You know, before that, we've done other activations at like Manchester-based gyms, like hybrid training centres there, and pulled together like activations where we've had our experts in formulation. So the guys who basically like make our products, you know, mix the raw ingredients to get it as good as what it is. They come down and they spoke, you know, openly about like formulation, products. We had questions, you know, about like creatine, protein, like how much should I have of this, etc. There's an opportunity there for you to ask the experts. You then can relay that back to your client. So, you know, you could be turning around to your client, you know, Rebecca, and saying, Rebecca, you need to be having, you know, X amount of protein per X amount of body weight, or I recommend you have this product because, but you can, as a PT, like if my PT tells me to have jam on toast and cocoa pots post training, that's what I'm going home to have. So that's where it's advantageous for yourself as well. And then you can say, you know, use this code, you get your kickback. Yeah.